So let's do this now. Hello, friends of Komodo and Pirate Chain community growing. Wow. Goodness me. There's just so much activity right now, a lot of excitement around the Komodo platform ecosystem, and Pirate Chain is a huge catalyst for all of this. So well done, everyone in the Pirate Chain community. Keep it up. And this is only just the beginning. And so we're going to look at that story in the charts right now. Just keep your ear to the ground. There's a lot of good information coming along. And yeah, just have some fun with all of this. Also, if you are, none of this is financial advice, but if you are playing around with your money, maybe you're looking to be smart with your money and maybe build some long-term wealth, savings, whatever you want to call it, well, then you want to start thinking smart. And maybe you have some Pirate Chain that might make a difference in your decision. Maybe you don't have some R. Maybe that will make a difference in your decision. If we start taking a look at the shape we're looking here at the CoinEx exchange chart for Pirate and BTC ARRR, you can see that we reached the high of about 27,000 satoshis in this line chart. I've used this line chart here. If we check the bar, the candlesticks, you'll see actually, as many of you know who might have bought up here. Yeah, maybe you bought your stuff up here. It's okay. If you didn't sell yet, well, there are some ideas to consider. For example, maybe you hold on to that and you just buy back lower. So let's say you're buying here and you're buying here, and if Lord forbid, or Lord grant, that it comes down here to this 8,000 level that you're buying there. And as you buy at lower levels, this entry price that you previously had, it keeps lowering as your average price lowers. So if you, if you just think about that way, then it can help to give you an idea of what you might do if you're in that circumstance. Now, if you're not in that circumstance and you're thinking, okay, I still want to go long, I want to take more, or I want to know, look, what kind of correction is this? When are we going to find out what's going to happen? And you want to make a good decision for yourself, because hey, if it's going to drop down below this horizontal level of about 15,000 to 13,000 satoshis, then we're seeing most likely down to the 10,000 level, down even to the 7,500, and most likely why not? If we're retracing that much, we might as well just retrace nearly the whole thing, the whole move, and I mean at least to this 5,000 level. And that might happen. It can happen depending how big this correction is. What kind of wave is this? What are we doing here? Where are we in the whole macro environment? This is a log scale now. I've drawn some ideas. Before I get into those ideas, just a reminder, this is a 4-hour chart. I'm E. Giuliano, and we are talking about Pirate Chain on a price chart view. And we are looking at that 4-hour chart. So this tells us that this is not a lot of time, okay, but it does show us a bit more structure and shape playing out. And we can imagine that we're in a corrective mode in this market, but the bias is still overall to the upside until proven otherwise. And I think the proof otherwise is a strong break of this horizontal level here around the 13,000 Satoshi level. That will really bring us further down, despite any up thrusts as corrective up thrusts. The overall trend will turn to more of a downtrend. So let's look at a little bit of that. I have the hide all drawing tools here, but I'm going to unhide them now. Now, I just took the lowest trend line that I could find for now in terms of what we are witnessing. This is the log scale. So because the move has been so huge, let's just remind ourselves, I think we said, what, 5,000% or something like that? So we're going to check this price range. This is in BTC, right? We're not going to go from the low back here, okay? Let's imagine you FOMO'd in over here, okay? You FOMO'd in at this 700, 1,000 Satoshi level, okay? Boom. And we check, and So to the bodies of the candles and all those multiple wick touches, it was about a 4,000%. And then to the top of the shadow of the wick was a 5,000% move. Either way, just in terms, regardless of whether an individual person bought and sold within this range, with this amount, this range of percentage move, is irregardless. It's the fact that the market itself, the composite market itself, made this move. Okay, that's very significant. So, and the bias is still that it's not over. We haven't even come close to this long trend line. Okay, and so you see some arrow options. I have a risk reward here. Let's just quickly take a look at the structure itself. Okay. We have a bit of a triangular shape forming. And if we want to talk about it, we can talk about, well, here we go. We can start with this as one move up, touch, one move down, touch, one move. It looks like, hopefully, if this plays out nicely, we'll go up, touch, down, touch, and then up. And then either like, we'll go straight up, and I'll make an argument for that. I was looking at another chart, and it basically does that. That's how it works with these altcoins. They don't seem to spend often a lot of time sideways, depending on what's happening in the market. They might just touch and then they're gone. They're back up there. However, it might not be such a violent move up. Although we are, I mean, if we are continuing this bull trend, then I don't see why it's not going up strongly. Okay, we're talking, this is a 4-hour chart. So in my opinion, this triangle is actually a small triangle. So in fact, maybe we will be doing that, but we won't be doing it for a sustained up move. Maybe it'll be a move to, you know, some sort of high previously resistance point here, like a 25,000 Satoshi level. and then come and chill out over here before then taking off. Okay, the reason being because this is a 4-hour chart. Okay, and a 4-hour chart is not a lot of time here being shown. These are, it's more candles, but that doesn't mean that it's enough time to play out a correction over a number of days. If you think about it, we are barely a week into this correction here. Okay, so now you can imagine here, now this move would not even take us to the midpoint of May. Okay, so you really got to think about time frames, got to think about movements. I don't know, it might not go up here. It might actually come down further sooner. So for example, it might take a violent crash. Let's just get rid of these. It might take instead like a violent crash down, okay, and then from there make its way up out of here, okay, somehow maybe along here or there, or it'll come up here and go down. It might even break this. It might even break this. Okay, on a daily, like still we're halfway into May here, okay, May 13, right? So really, what is this structure going to look like? I'm going to bet on this. If I'm betting on anything, unless there's something really significant, because I just imagine a lot of R will be redistributed in this time. There will also be more awareness, but smart people will be coming in and trying to look for good deals. Traders will be coming in and starting to scalp things and really wash things out into a correction. This is an ideal move here, and then, you know, it'll wind up and move the next way. Let's see what Bollinger Bands are doing right now. We don't have anything enabled, actually. This is a fresh chart other than the drawing tools. So that's the idea. However, and that idea means that we do dump to the like 10,000 Satoshi level. However, let's say we don't, because also considering Fibonacci retracements and all of that, we might not. So let's say you're like, okay, I don't know if we're going to dump down to that level, but let's take a trade. So right now we are roughly trading around the 17,000 Satoshi level. So imagine we get in around here, or let's say mid 16,000s or whatever. Or even better, we imagine, we imagine that it's going to come down here. But let's say you're impatient. You want to get it here first, and then if it does keep coming down, then you'll get it there. Fine. So you get around the 17 level, 16 level. You've got about a 15% move that'll take you down. Maybe we want to go below that wick, right? So let's say even you want to take a 20% risk. Oops, that's the wrong thing to touch. Sorry. You want this one. Let's say you want to give a 20% risk. That's roughly around that time. And let's see. Yeah. So if you do want to lower your risk, maybe you buy in lower, right? Okay. Just take it in maybe on the 15 or low 16 level, whatever. Find your 15 to 20% in a safe zone. This seems to be a safe zone around the like 12,000, 13,000 Satoshi level, maybe mid 12s if you want to just be safe, not getting stopped out by some wicks. And then maybe your reward, we said, might not go all the way up, but if we take it to the top of these bodies, 60% to 20%, so it's about 3 to 1. This is much more short term. If you're just trying to accumulate, then it's, you know, set some orders laddering down and really wait for things to play out. Like I said, it might take some time and go sideways. Again, this is a daily chart and this was a big move. So we want a corresponding, or we can expect a corresponding correction in size, okay? Size and time as well. One or both of those factors will come into play. Now, in terms of size, what do we have? We have this fib retracement. Let's take it from the lows, roughly there for this specific move, and to the highs there for this specific move. So we've already crossed to the 618 level. In a bullish market, you can expect that the 618 level will provide a great support level for the retracement. However, it doesn't mean it can't be breached. And of course, 786 is really 786, 81% here really means there's a deep correction for a continued up move, impulse move, bull market to come down to the 786 really means it cleaned out a lot of players, and we continue. So either way, we're going to find out how this plays out. But if we take what I did here is I just took this single impulse move here from this low here, because we had a little mini correction here. These are just day charts, right? But this was at least a significant move. So I just wanted to take this one impulse here as a 3-candle impulse. And if we do exit from here and we move up, as in the first scenario, then we can imagine that's what that first risk reward was showing. And that gives us around the 39,000 Satoshi level, which might happen. We could double top or something like that, you know, and then come down here. Who knows? But just keep an eye on it and set yourself some levels that you would like to get in and try it. Let's use some indicators. Let's take it to the 4-hour. So we don't know exactly how it's going to go, but that might be a really nice one. And then people will draw some nice big candles, and I think I might be one of them. Sorry, candles, what did I say? I meant triangles. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, because I don't really want them to be on the chart every time that I come back here. Otherwise, I just got to keep following that. And we want to be able to recreate them. So we'll definitely get rid of this, but let's keep that at least for now as a base view. And we want to try, what do we want to try? What we want to try here, folks, is we want to see what type of indicator we're going to use. So let's get that MACD again. And I'll mention the MACD is a moving average convergence divergence. So it has to do with moving averages coming together and spreading apart. And you can read more about it yourself on this lovely thing called the internet. I'm not going to work on the actual colors and stuff right now. I don't want to take up your time doing that. But if you don't know how to do it, well, it's here in the settings. In fact, I'll show you. you can skip ahead, or if you want to just, if maybe you're watching out already in 1.75x speed, in which case this will be great for you. It won't be too long. So the inputs, we're going to keep them as they are. The histogram, we're going to change the color. Oops, we're going to change the color to a more teal type of color for now. And this MACD, we are going to, so the MACD is the bullish line. When it is above the signal line, then we are in more of a bull trend, more of an upward trend. And when the signal crosses and moves above the MACD line, well, at that point we are in a more downward bear market. However, this is a lagging indicator, which means that it lags in time. So by the time, let's say, for example, it crosses here, we because if you notice over here, let me just get rid of those dots. You see here, oh, let's make it thicker. So we come here again. Ooh, we like it thick, thicker than that. And we'll take this one and we'll also make it thicker. Okay, so you can see here how it crossed here. Well, that crossing on our chart corresponds with noon on the 24th of April in this timing. So this was definitely not at the peak. So it's going to lag a little bit. But in terms of getting out at decent levels and getting in at decent levels and basically painting a picture of what's going on, it's good. Now, if we want to look at this MACD, we are now already in this negative zone, and it looks quite formed. Now, who's to say it doesn't come up and then back down a little bit? No, but we are relatively on the 4-hour scale, relatively working our way into a potential for a bit more of an up move. But maybe it'll up move and then down move again and work its way out. But hey, this gives us more information, right? When we were above, we were in a big up move. Now we've crossed and we've spent a lot of time retracing back down. Also, we've built this big histogram, okay, which refers to how far apart the lines are to each other, and also some other momentum stuff. Again, read all about it. There's some easy to find information about MACD. And then we're also going to add the RSI, okay? Let's add the RSI indicators. Go into RSI, because now we're curious, especially now we're curious, aren't we? Are you? I am. Okay, so we've got this RSI, and yes, if we're looking at the RSI, let's squeeze that down a bit. We are definitely near a low point. I don't know, is it gonna come all the way down and touch down here like it did here back in March? Not so sure. I would say probably not. If we're gonna be more bullish, I feel like it'll stick around this area here. But again, who knows? It's a lower time frame chart. It might clean out. Let's take a quick look for the RSI on the 2-hour. 2-hour, we nearly touched, but we are near that low back at the beginning of April before we took off. So hey, this might be a reversal zone, at least on the short-term time frame. Let's check it out on the daily. Yeah, on the daily, we're still really high. So we can expect to come down to at least halfway, I would imagine, unless we're going for a short one more impulse pump. And again, yeah, that might bring us up into this area and keep us going further down. We'll find out, but it seems like on the daily time frame, things need to clear out more for Pirate Chain on the BTC. And when I looked at the dollar chart, the same thing shows. Oh, let's add actually the Bollinger Bands. We want to see what's happening there. So Bollinger Bands. And why not? You know what? Let's make this a fun stream. If you got people waiting, you got people waiting. What are you going to do, right? Fun video here for us. So the median, we're going to choose this kind of yellowish line, and that's the moving average line. And then the upper, we'll keep it a little bit lighter. And oh wait, no, wait, we want them. That doesn't really matter. They don't have to be anything special. Here it doesn't matter because I can't find it again. Okay, it's the plot's background that matters. We want that to be a bit more of a lighter color. Okay, okay, and that is going to give us this kind of shaded area. If we put it too dark, then it will not be as visible. Okay, so we spread that sucker out pretty good, that Bollinger Band, didn't we? Yeah. Woohoo! Big ride here for Pirate Chain. Big ride and more to come. That's the other thing is this is again just the beginning. So stick around for the ride. Yeah. So we're getting back in here on the daily. I'm expecting us to touch this sucker. So where are we going to touch it? This is that again, that 20 average. Let's thicken it a little bit. There we go. Because it is an important moving average. Okay. So there it is. And so, yes, we're expecting to touch that. We're expecting to touch it, and it's going to be around here somewhere. I'm guessing that we are going to touch it. In fact, maybe somewhere here. Not entirely sure, but that feels like a nice zone of support. And I think that we are going to go down there and test that area. So that's the conclusion here. We are looking at the roughly 9,500 to high 12,000 to low 13,000 level. Yeah, let's say 13,000. So about 9,000 to 13,000 level seems to be decent. But that is a big, thick chunk. So we can get to lower time frames to figure it out and see what happens. And then again, we might just clean out this triangle on the daily and keep going up, or we might clean out the triangle, never really come back down to touch this red zone and just stay a little bit higher within this, like when we trace with the fib tool here, just as an idea, roughly, and we see that we have that 618 level was already breached, and maybe now we stay between 618 and 0.5, and sometimes touch 618 and 0.5. Who knows? Who knows how strong Pirate Chain is going to be here? Let us find out. Okay. Yes, we will. So yeah, there you have it. And as I was saying on the USD chart, I'm really liking it up here. So this is the light mode. I'm finding it sufficient. The grid mode seems like it could be pretty cool, customizable in certain ways. Right now, the light mode is doing me well. It's giving me tabs up here that I can use. I'm using getaurox, by the way, so it's pretty fun. If you want to use this one, I'm finding it really good so far. And I have a link, a referral link if you want to use that. So check out the CoinEx exchange again for the USD pairing for Pirate Chain. And again, so this is the daily. And again, we are seeing that most likely, well, we've broken that original trend line that we had drawn that first time. I didn't move it. So we definitely broke it. And now, who knows, we might follow below this red, what's called supply line. Sorry, did I say red? I meant yellow. And I'm going to change it to green. So this green supply line. And yeah, we'll probably touch this demand line. And again, I think it's similar with the BTC chart. I just looks like they're shaping up the same way. So here, let's just take it to this and then we're out of here. Here, we already have that original roughly $5 region support zone, or yeah, zone line, whatever here, kind of between this 675 and 525 area. And it corresponds similar. Now this is also a log chart. So it corresponds similarly to this. Again, I'm doing this very roughly, but we're just kind of getting an idea more than anything. See the 618 area? So it's like the same things happening on both charts. So let's find out how it plays out. They might diverge and they might, change up a little bit depending on what happens with Bitcoin. But here we are, and here again is that 20 moving average line. And here, somehow we have Ichimoku clouds. I didn't know if they were, oh, because we've already used this chart before. That's why they're already there. That's why I was wondering why this one isn't as thick as the other one. Anyway, we're not going to worry about that now, are we? But we are going to end it around here. Okay, do you have an idea of what's happening here? It doesn't look like we're going straight back up. It looks like we need to clear out some things. Let's find out though. Good luck with everything you do. Take care. Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. Stay hydrated, and keep enjoying yourselves. Yeah, this is definitely a good time in life, and a lot of lessons to learn, and a lot of great people to spend some time with, virtually, in person, share about Pirate Chain, share about all the amazing things happening with Komodo platform, And I'd like to thank you if you're still watching. Excellent. Appreciate your time. I hope you've learned something. I hope this has been of value to you. And I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. You can like this, share this, do whatever you want with it, really. All right. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon. Or goodbye.